Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai, Rakatha Yahweh, Rakatha Yahweh Shai. All praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Yahweh in the name of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai in the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now we're going to get into prophesying about the end of this kingdom and what's going to be the grand finale and what's the focus of these the ungodly that's trying to extend their kingdom and hold a grip and put a yoke on the people. So let's start off with Revelation 6. Revelation chapter 6. Revelation chapter 6. Let's see here. Start at verse 5. It says, and when he opened the seal, the third seal, when he opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he sat on him. No, and he sat on him, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. Now the pair of balances, let's focus on that. The pair of balances is talking about where they was going to put a yoke on the people. Now mind you, this is talking about Esau, because in verse 4 it says, and there went out another horse that was red. And we understand the adversary of the Israelites, especially according to Revelation 12. It's only one adversary mainly that's united with the other nations, and this adversary is Esau, Edom. And when you look at this beast in verse 4, it talks about a horse that was red. That red stands for Edom. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they shall kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Now it says that they shall kill one another. This is talking about a nation of peoples. So it's not talking about one person. Say, and they shall kill one another. So it's the same thing with this the black horse. Is they, not him. But he's given a similitude and a parable to give the understanding. This black nation, I mean not the black nation, this wicked nation, because that black stands for wicked. That's why they want to put that on us. This wicked nation of Edom, they was going to be trying to put a yoke on the people. Okay. And so, when you get to Revelation 12 and 13, this is what it's talking about. Now, in verse 9, it tells you about, well, verse 3, to get the color part, or that red, to let you know this is talking about Edom. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon. Okay. Having 7 heads and 10 horns. So this dragon is red. showing you that this is the red horse or red beast that Daniel was talking, that John was talking about. Verse 9, it says, and the great dragon, or the great red dragon, was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. See, they're going to deceive the whole world. Now, when you go into Revelation 19, Revelation 19, and I'm going to think, Salakia, I'm on verse 20, I think, or 19. Yeah, 19 and 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, okay, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast and them that worship his image. So how is he going to deceive the whole world? He's going to call the whole world to get this mark, or put this yoke upon them, put this device of slavery. This is what people do. You go into Exodus give you the understanding of what it's talking about, on what this mark represents. It's Exodus, I think, 21 and 6. This is the kind of yoke he gonna put on the people. It says, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. So the master is going to cause the slave to be his slave forever. Okay? And so this is what it's talking about when you're going into that situation. Okay? Now, I'm thinking about another verse that went into let's do this. It talks about a yoke, or some kind of yoke. What word can I pull this up with? It gives a description of how they're gonna turn these people into a slave. Let's do Pierce. Here it is. Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. Okay, this is an example of how trusting in these Edomites, these people gonna let him pierce their hand. See, put some medicine in their body because they trust the devil. See, just like they did with that poisonous venom that they was plugging into all the people, trying to threaten them to take that poison in their vein. This is what they do. What King David said in Psalms 58. It says, the wicked, talking about Edom, which means red, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the death adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So the charmers is pretty much the Israelites, or the Lord's laws, and they not gonna hearken to the truth and to righteousness. They gonna sit around and be the wicked and enjoy their wickedness. You see, now these people trust them so much, they gonna allow them to put that poison in their body. And this is what all the distraction is all about, because they all coming to the point where they gonna try to distract these Israelites all the way up to it's time to bring out their yoke. See, it says, verse 30 says, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. See, this is not talking about Egypt. This is talking about the shadow of Egypt. See, that's his Babylon the Great America. They want to trust in the shadow of Egypt. It says, therefore shall the shame of Pharaoh be your shame, meaning the shame of Esau. Shame shall cover you, like Obadiah say. Shame gonna cover these Edomites and these Israelites that want to follow they behind. And trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. What's Babylon? Babylon means confusion. That's why it's called Babylon the Great. And Egypt, when you go into Revelations 11 and 8, it says, and their dead bodies shall line the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. See, America, Babylon the Great, is spiritually Egypt and spiritually Sodom. This is what the great city, Babylon the Great. That's why it says, the shadow of Egypt shall be your confusion, because it's spiritually Egypt, it's spiritually Babylon, and it's spiritually Sodom. A bunch of confusion, because they want to trust their slave master at the end of the day, and trust they so-called people with white coats. See, they want to trust these people, and it's going to be the death of they behind, because they're going to taste that lake of fire, and ultimately they want to be wicked, and they've been designated to be destroyed, destined to be destroyed, because the elect is not going to take that stuff. Let's go on that real quick, and I end it there. At the end of the day, the elect will not be deceived and will not take their crap. And this is why they doing it, so they can identify the elect. I'm going to just get verse 22 and 24. It says, and except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So they're going to try to pinpoint the elect with this situation, this tracking device, this knowing where everybody is at. 24, for there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, the Edomites. The Edomites gonna arise and have taken over the whole world, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so that much, if it was possible, they should deceive the very elect. But see, they're gonna deceive the whole world, But they not going to deceive the elect. The elect is already destined to not be deceived by these dragons. See, and not to trust their slave masters. Just the field Negroes and the house Negroes. And see, out of these field Negroes and house Negroes, there's some Negroes that's trying to get off the plantation, and they gonna get off by any means necessary. And the main means they gonna get off is by Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai gonna be the one to come and destroy this slave master and take the slaves and set them free. See, and get them their own plantation, get them their own mansion. This is what's going to happen for the elect. Let's jump over to 25:31. It says, "And the Son of Man shall come in his glory, all his holy angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory." Now I want the verse in 24, Salaki. It says, "And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." See, this is what's going to pop off. And so, these people is going to be deceived by this yoke that this man is trying to distract everybody so he can present it in the perfect way. But I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.